Well, welcome to day 2 of competition of the Ekaterinburg Grand Slam. Located in the middle of the Eurasian continent, on the border of Europe and Asia, Ekaterinburg is the 4th largest city in Russia and is the administrative and main industrial and cultural center of the Ural Federal District. Today's final block features all the medal matches in 7 weight categories, and we're going to begin with the first of the bronze medal matches in the under 81 kilo category. Etienne Briand of Canada faces Murat Habachirov of Russia. It'll be Briand in the white judogi, Habachirov in blue. So the crowd that have almost packed into the venue today. Jefferson Vieira shouldn't feel that pressure. He's out in the middle to take control of this one, and then immediately behind him you can see the rather heavily built and stocky frame of Tamerlan Temenov, former Russian judo great. And to bump into him literally last night at dinner. What a nice what a nice surprise that was. Very humorous evening that was. Anyway, back to the action at hand. Briand in the white judogi, Habachirov in blue. Just the one slip up for these fighters on their way to this point. They will have lost once each. And as a result of that, they've found their way into the bronze medal contest. Habachirov made it to the semi-final and then lost out to Ungvari Attila of Hungary. Briand, for his part, one of 2 Canadians who is here. Antoine Valois-Fortier is the other Canadian here. Briand lost in the quarter-final to Hassan Kal Mozaev, the current Olympic champion. He then had to fight his way back through the repechage. Won his repechage contest against Andranik Chaparian of Armenia. So, there they are. Ekaterinburg, I suppose, on paper, maybe the favourite, but Briand has been fighting really well in the last couple of tournaments and looks good. Maybe come up with something. Both fighters just taking a little time to settle on grips here before they launch, and there is the first effort. This one from Etienne Briand as he catches Murat Ekaterinburg with that Ipon Serenagi right sided. Murat Serenagi, beg your pardon. Ooh, and I tell you what, Ekaterinburg was lucky that they didn't penalise him for that grip on the legs at the end there. Just spotted that as you went over. Wazari then on the board for Briand. That's the lead with a minute 40 odd left to go. Yeah, Ekaterinburg is now being given the Judo for grabbing on the leg. He was slightly surprised by that because it was a long while ago, so he may have forgotten why it is, but they've caught up with him. That was the thing. Minute 20 odd left to go. Nice strong grip from the Russian now with the right arm up high and around the collar. Got control of the head, that's an important thing, and we're looking to go right-sided. I'm trying to frustrate Ekaterinburg by coming up with his own little effort on the left side, which ends the strong grip. I wonder what it is that is troubling Ekaterinburg today. It's the second time that I've seen him grabbing his jaw. Oh, he took a bump there earlier on. Well, I suppose it could have been with the head. Yeah, just as he went in for that technique. Maybe Briand caught Ekaterinburg on the chin accidentally with their head. Again, looking over on the right side is Ekaterinburg. He's still got a little over 30 seconds. Well, a little over half a minute, beg your pardon. That's where he's caught him earlier on, Briand, and he thinks about going over there again. Yeah, he's done really well here, Etienne Briand. Shut Ekaterinburg down completely. Haven't seen anything from the Russian really that would have troubled the Canadian in this bronze medal contest, and this one, unfortunately for Ekaterinburg, has gotten away from him. On the adjoining mat, the other bronze medal went to Zbeyda Rekviashvili, but here Murat Ekaterinburg loses out to Etienne Briand. Disappointment for Ekaterinburg returning to high-level competition, a Grand Slam entry for Ekaterinburg, and been away for a little while. Maybe not quite up to form yet. The Russians are spoilt for choice at under 81 kilos. Strong weight category for them, including the current Olympic champion. We'll see him up next in the final. But before that, let's see if we've got some highlights from this one.
You can see the highlights of these London contests on the screen.
Yeah, Sasha Mehmedovic can celebrate. He's out there alongside Catherine Bushramar-Pinard and Jessica Klimke, so the Canadian team. The final of the under 81 kilo category. Hassan Kalmuzayev, the current Olympic champion from Russia, faces Ungvari Attila of Hungary. It's Kalmuzayev in the white judogi and Ungvari in blue. Well, the scene is set then. There are the home fans all packed in, ready and hoping for a Russian win. Gold back patch worn by Kalmuzayev, indicating that he's the Olympic title holder. Had a tough contest earlier on against Watanabe of Japan. An interesting one as well. He came through that relatively unscathed. He went into the golden score period. That kept him busy for a while. I mean, he ended up throwing the Japanese. After that, he was pretty much in control. See some of the damage that was caused earlier on. He had a couple of bumps and scrapes on the way to this final. Cut his lip on a couple of occasions. Uchimata, and over goes Ungvari. Well, he couldn't get off that. A real crowd pleaser, Hassan Kalmuzayev. That's what they came to see, and he delivered all inside the first minute. Ungvari Attila not able to really put on a bit of a show. Left Uchimata and dumped on his back there. Unfortunately for Ungvari, we've caught it in about 4 or 5 different angles. I'm sure we'll see another one. Here it is from this side. Hops in there with that support leg. You really want it going deep in between your opponent's legs there, which is exactly what it does. It's a terrific execution from Hassan Kalmuzayev, and over went Ungvari. Yeah. Kalmuzayev up to shake hands with a few people. He's up there with Vasily Anisimov, now the president of the Russian Judo Federation, and Sergei Soloveichik. A few bodies up there. Right, we're underway with the First, the bronze medal contests in the under 70 kilo category. Anna Bernholm of Sweden faces Alexandra Samadzic of Bosnia-Herzegovina. It's Bernholm in the white judogi, Samadzic in blue, Vyacheslav Petrevko of Uzbekistan. There's the referee in the middle for this one. There is. There are the VIPs. Etio Gamba. Not quite sure which VIP that is. A young one anyway. Anna Bernholm moved up from the under 63 kilo category some months ago now, but has settled in really well. Sumigeishi was the thought there. She wanted to take Samadzic off to the left with that little Sutemiwaza, throwing herself and then trying to throw her opponent. Didn't quite come off. Samadzic just looking a little bit dishevelled. She lost her hair grip there. Tidy things up, we'll be back underway. I think Bernholm is stronger in this weight category. I was chatting with her earlier on. She's very comfortable, doesn't have to cut any weight. She can have a good diet that she's happy with. And she's pretty much got used to this weight category, and I would say in quick time compared with others who've had to move weights. Looking to go left-sided there, slightly unbalanced, and wasn't able to come up with the score. Kalida Zupancic of Canada was the #1 seed. She came unstuck against Russia's Alyona Prokopenko. Prokopenko saw off the challenge of Nizoi Saki of Japan. That all happened in the top half of the draw. Anna Bernholm, it was, who lost out to Alyona Prokopenko in the quarter-final. Put Bernholm down in the repechage contest where she defeated Maria Perez of Puerto Rico. Samadzic, for her part, she lost in the semi-final to Sanne van Dijk of the Netherlands. Good turn here, chance to work on the arm. Best position yet, and out comes the arm. And it's Anna Bernholm who comes up with the win. Yeah, she can be happy. Done a really, really good job. Grand Slam bronze medal. Moved up to a new weight category and is already on the Grand Slam podium. It's quite an achievement. It really is. really pleased with that work. He had several Grand Prix medals at under 63, but never a Grand Slam medal. 5 times she came up short. Nicely executed from Anna Bernholm. Yeah, why not? Celebration times. That was a quick look at Hannah Martin from the United States of America. A quick flash there of the under 63 kilo category fight. I'm sure that she's gone up against Bernholm before. Well, Zoe Saki of Japan may be disappointed in her performance here. She's ended up with the bronze medal. Probably came here expecting just a little bit more than Japanese. High expectations for their fighters. Well, she will have at least come away with the compensation of having taken a bronze medal. Maria Bernabeu ending up with a 5th place finish, the Spaniard there. We just caught the end of that one. Right, we may get some highlights from this one as Zoe leaves with her coach, Ueno Yoshi, a double world champion in her time. Right, well, we come now to the final of the under 70 kilo category, and a little bit of a surprise package in the final. Alyona Prokopenko of Russia is the surprise package as far as I'm concerned, and no surprise with the current European champion, Sanne van Dijk of the Netherlands. It will be Prokopenko in the white judogi, Van Dijk in blue. And there's the route to the final. Samajic, Bernabeu and Posvit from Van Dijk. 3 good competitors. Pancic, the #1 seed, among the those vanquished by Alyona Prokopenko. All the Russians will have some expectations for their home fighter, but it's going to be a tough one. Sanne van Dijk is on good form, and she's got to be the favourite for this. Just squeezed into this corner, the pair, and the slightly unattractive position taken up by both fighters, so they receive a penalty apiece from Jean-Jacques Ruska, the referee in the middle, for passivity. A quick look there at Vitaly Makarov, the coach for Alyona Prokopenko. She's made some big improvements in this last period. Sumigaeshi from Prokopenko, but she lands Sanne van Dijk onto her front. That was a strong effort. Quick into it very, very quickly. Right arm goes over the back and then into the Sumigaeshi, but Van Dijk was thrown onto her front. So there was no score there. But they do give a score, so maybe there was just enough landing on the side before Van Dijk turned on to her front. And the score goes on the board. So the Russian leads with a little over half the contest still to come. Two penalties for Van Dijk as well. So some problems here for the Dutch fighter to work out. Still struggling to find a grip from which he can work. Michael Brzezinski is the coach in the chair for Sanne van Dijk. Moved across from coaching the German national women's team recently, and now taken up residence with the Dutch team. Well, Prokopenko looks as though she's closed up shop, to be honest, making things very difficult for Sanne van Dijk. Well, why wouldn't you? Nice little effort. Prokopenko goes on to her front, and there's no score. Just a little Tani Otoshi attempt there. Still time for Sanne van Dijk to come up with a score inside the last minute. Strong defense from Alyona Prokopenko. Really only interested in keeping Van Dijk out. To be honest, I haven't seen anything from Prokopenko since the score. She picks up a second penalty now. 20 odd seconds left to go. She really is almost bent over double, Prokopenko. It's an unattractive finish from the Russian, having come up with such a good score, and just runs the risk of giving the contest away now. They don't want to penalise her again. Once you've got that score, get a little bit of protection, but that's done now. Well, you know, she took the risk. Sanne van Dijk was too strong, and Prokopenko ended up paying heavily. She may have been better, you know, finding some kind of room on the mat, some other place for Van Dijk to chase her down. But once she got the grip, she just bent over double, overly defensive, didn't offer up anything else, to be honest. And Van Dijk believed in herself, stayed strong, and ended up coming up with a very good finish. Couldn't keep the wolf from the door, if you can put it that way. Went Wazari down, did Sanne van Dijk. Came back with a big finish. Real success now. Number 7 in the world before today's gold medal. She's going to climb a few places after that. Will be very, very difficult to stop Sanne van Dijk. A couple of things that need tidying up. Attitude is not one of them. She's got plenty of it. Take a look at some of the highlights. Didn't move after that. She knew that it was done. Super execution from Sanne van Dijk. Saw it was Wazari, put the Osai Komi on, but it was all over. We've got the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 81 kilo category. The fighters are lined up down at the far end of the competition hall. Let's wander down there and see who we've got. Zabeda Rekviashvili of Georgia receives his medal, and now so does Etienne Briand of Canada. Silver medal goes to Ungvari Attila of Hungary. The gold goes to Hassan Kalmuzayev of Russia, and making the presentation is, well, here he is. Receiving his gold medal, sorry, is Hassan Kalmuzayev. Nice Uchimata in that final for Rippon. Neil Adams is making the presentation of the little gifts there. All the fighters know him really well. So it's slightly more personal when Neil's up there. And now the national anthem of Russia. The left of the screen is the president of the Russian Judo Federation, Vasily Anisimov. But there is the final rundown. Rekviashvili and Brion, the bronze medalist. Ungvari, the silver. Karl Moseev, the gold. Handshakes all round. Sergei Soloveichik on the left of your screen, sitting alongside Ezio Gamba. Right, the first of the bronze medal contests now in the under 90 kilo category. Ushangi Margiani of Georgia faces Noel van der End of the Netherlands. It's Margiani in the white judogi, van der End in blue. Evgeny Rakulin is the referee in the middle. He's having a good tournament. A few tricky decisions that he's had to oversee, and he's done them very well. Noel van der End is one of the most attractive throwers on the international circuit. I'm tempted to say powerfully built, but you know, at 90 kilos, you don't get many who are not powerfully built. It's a power weight. Strong, but he's technically very gifted. Tries to go over on the left side. Margiani wants to get the right arm up around the collar of van der End. I don't think he's going to catch van der End in nearwaza on the ground. Dutch tend to have very good nearwaza. Georgians are not that renowned for their prowess on the ground. Margiani had a little bit of a go there, but never really threatened van der End. 2.5 minutes left to go. Single Shido picked up by Noel van der End. Plenty of time left to tidy things up. Again, van der End being forced into this near left corner. Backed up in that corner, a lot of pressure from the oncoming Margiani. Half the contest gone. Left-sided effort from the Dutchman, but it doesn't unsettle Margiani. Now Margiani commits an error by putting the fingers inside that sleeve with that grip, and is penalised. Both fighters penalised with a Shido each now. Blocked that effort from van der End. It's one of his favourite techniques there, that shoulder throw, but hasn't been able to unleash it in this contest as yet. There's going to be a minor delay whilst we tidy up some tape on Van der End's fingers. Shouldn't take too long. We'll be back underway in a minute or so. Yeah, it's a nice city. It's our first visit on the IHF Judo World Tour to Ekaterinburg. The Russians had previously held their Grand Slam in Moscow and then moved to Tyumen. We're here for our first visit, and they've made it very welcome. It's a good time of the year as well to come out here, just as the weather improves. Could be a little bit testing if we're in here in January or February, but May's a nice time, and I think a number of the athletes and coaches were taking advantage of yesterday afternoon's nice weather. They were wandering around after the competition had finished. I managed to bump into a couple of them, and Margiani was one of them. He was out with Valim Lipatiliani and Zabeda Rekviashvili yesterday afternoon. Not sure if they were out shopping, but having a little bit of a wander round. Van der End has made his way back to the mat after tidying up that bit of tape that had come loose on his fingers, and we're underway again with a little over a minute left to go. Shido apiece. It's Margiani in the white judogi, Van der End in blue as the Georgian attacks left-sided. Van der End covers up. And going over on the left-hand side there, Van der End, but Margiani's got a reasonably strong defence. And he's not really troubled by that. Tries to come back with his own effort. It's the turn of Van der End to cover up. Couldn't really pick one at the moment. Very, very even. Van der End hasn't been anywhere near as explosive as he was last year, knocking people over on a regular basis. The Dutchman just not quite up to it at the moment. Yeah, Sutemi was her effort, looked a little bit tired looking from Van der End. No score during the regular time period, so we go into a period of golden score, and the first fighter to come up with a score will take the contest, or in this case, in the golden score period, whomsoever is penalised will lose the contest. Again, Van der End thinking about that shoulder throw, but looking off balance, and Margiana trying to take him down. As Van der End entered for that throw and was slightly off balance. Yeah, this time he comes up though, needs the leg to finish him off, and he does. And that'll leave him very pleased. A good finish in the end, and a strong one as well. He managed to break down Margiani. I thought the Georgian was a little bit stronger and would have put up a better defence against that attack. But once he was through the defence, Margiani went over quite heavily in the end. Noel van der End of the Netherlands takes that bronze medal.
This is medal number 5 for the Noel Fontaine in a Grand Slam.
I'll be pleased with that. A little bit nervy, that performance from Van der End, but ended up strongly. Let's see if we can get the highlights from that one. Right, well, the bronze medals having been settled, we come now to the final of the under 90 kilo category. Todd Christian of Hungary faces Nagasawa Kenta of Japan. It'll be Top in the white judogi, Nagasawa in blue. Let's look at Nagasawa Kenta. So Christian has the job of dealing with him. The man to take care of this one is Sławomir Kownacki of Poland. Tot had been out with an injury for some time. It appears to have recovered strongly, and he's in this Grand Slam gold medal contest. Left-sided effort from the Hungarian, but Nagasawa is up to defending that. He senses that, and he feels the attack coming. And just as Tot is able to, just as he's about to get in there, Nagasawa is already in the process of blocking it. There's something in the movement, that initial movement from Tot, that triggered that reaction from Nagasawa. And as a result, Tot wasn't able to put any real pressure on as far as an attempt at throwing was concerned. He's not going to catch him with one arm. He didn't threaten him when he had both arms on him, so no chance of really threatening Nagasawa when he's only got one arm on him. Minute and a half gone already. Tot, just the one attack in there. Nagasawa looking for an opening. Again, it's just the one as a result of just taking his time, Nagasawa picks up a penalty. And that's not being very clever here. the Hungarian who picks up the penalty. I don't know whether he was, uncomfortable with a grip that Nagasawa had on him, but he just turned away and dropped to his knees. As a result, he picked up that penalty for a false attack. Again, trouble with the grip here. Tot really wants to get his head up. Not the best position for the Hungarian to be in. Can't generate anything from there. Well, it was coming, wasn't it? The second penalty for Tot Christian. With a minute and a half left to go. He can't afford another error. Something that he feels uncomfortable about with Nagasawa. Hasn't got the second hand on. Third or fourth time that he's thrown in that right-sided effort, but without having a proper grip. There's no way that he's going to catch Nagasawa. And Nagasawa now picks up the same kind of disease, if you like. He's caught it. He's attacking just with the one arm. Both fighters a little bit cagey. Neither brave enough to get a second hand on for a proper grip. Ojigari left-sided, but again, Nagasawa only had the one hand on, so he's not able to control Tot's body on the way down, so any leg work that he employs to bring Tot down is lost because he hasn't got full control of the body. Very difficult to throw your opponent when you've only got one hand on. No score in regular time, so we're going to need a little bit of extra time to sort this one out. Slightly different with that combination there. The first part, the right Uchimata really wasn't going to catch Nagasawa, but there was the possibility when Tot came through with that left Ippon Seoinage effort that he could have caught the Japanese. Didn't work out, however. Attempted turnover now from Nagasawa after that effort from Tot Christian. Just wants to keep that leg trapped, make things difficult for Nagasawa. He's not going anywhere. Oh, but Tot lost the control on the leg. He lost the he had the leg trap for a moment and then he lost it. Now he's lost it completely. And he's had to tap out. I don't think Tot can believe that he lost the leg. He trapped Nagasawa's leg, wrapped his legs around Nagasawa's, and that would have stopped the Osaikomi, and then all of a sudden it was out. The Osaikomi was called, and Nagasawa was happy not to have to go the full distance with the Osaikomi, tapping out early. And the gold medal in the under 90 kilo category going to Nagasawa Kenta of Japan. It's Todd Christian of Hungary who picks up the silver.
Gold medalist in blue for Japan, Nagasawa Kenta. This is his first gold medal for Nagasawa Kenta in Grand Slam. You can see the highlights of this final on the screen.
We've got the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 70 kilo category coming up now.
The medalists are presented by Vice President of the International Judo Federation and President of the European Judo Union, Mr. Sergei Salvation. Bronze medalists are for Japan, Isoe Saki, and for Sweden, Anna Bernholm.
Zoe Saki of Japan and Anna Bernholm of Sweden collect bronze medals.
Silver medalists for Russia, Alyona Prokopenko.
Silver medal goes to Alyona Prokopenko of Russia. And the gold medal goes to Sanne van Dijk of the Netherlands. Mikhail Cherkasov, the Vice President of the Russian Judo Federation, just making sure that he gets the right envelopes. Doesn't want to give the wrong check to anyone there. Yeah, impressive performance from Sanne van Dijk. And even when she fell behind, she still managed to come up with a strong finish. Now the national anthem of the Netherlands. Right, there are the four medalists in the under 70 kilo category. Nezoye and Bernholm, the bronze medalists. Prokopenko, still unhappy, no smile from her. Took the silver, and Van Dijk of the Netherlands took the gold medal. Right, well that brings us to the next weight category, which is the under 78 kilo category for women, and the first of the bronze medals features Antonia Shmileva of Russia. She's up against Anna Maria Wagner of Germany. It'll be Shmileva in the white judogi and Wagner in blue. Friedrich Anna Maria of Hungary is the referee in the middle for this one.
In white for Russia, Antonina Shmileva. And for Germany, Anna Maria Wagner.
It's not the strongest weight category for the Russians, unfortunately for them. They've managed to get a fighter into the bronze medal position. Whether she can come up with the goods or not is another matter. And Anna Maria Wagner, she's an improving youngster. I think she's going to be difficult to beat, in my opinion. It's a tall order for Antonina Shmileva to overcome Anna Maria Wagner. Got a lot working in her favour, Anna Maria Wagner. She's in a good weight category. There are 2 or 3 other Germans that she has to do battle with, keep her on her toes. And then she's got all the physical attributes as well. She's tall and leggy and long limbs, strong, youthful. Got a lot going for her. Good judo, and makes for a difficult package to beat. Serafudin Magomedov is the coach, just giving some instruction for the Russian fighter, Shmileva. That's not a bad effort on the right side. Wagner working on the ground there. She's missed the opportunity there for the turnover. Just a little bit quicker than that if you're going to catch Shmileva, or anyone else for that matter, at this level. Once that opportunity presents itself, you need to take advantage of it right away. Right-sided effort from Wagner, but doesn't come up with a score. Well, Shmileva just beginning to show signs of finding some difficulty with Wagner. Now that overly defensive posture, that arms stretched out, indicating that she's uncomfortable with the threat that she's feeling from Wagner. Second penalty now picked up by Shmileva. Inside the first 2 minutes, already 2 penalties. That doesn't bode well, I'm afraid. Wagner's not going to get, it's not going to feel as though Wagner's getting any weaker. Possible turnover here from Wagner again. Missed that as the start. Working again. Look for Wagner now to try and work something on the ground. Yeah, slightly untidy. Too far up on the top half of the body and lost contact very, very quickly. You need to keep in close contact with your opponent when you're executing any kind of turnover or an attempt into a execution of a strangle or an arm lock. Can't afford for there to be too much room because your opponent's going to be off as soon as they can. They don't want to be hanging around and giving you any opportunity. Well, as I said, you know, she's a strong fighter, is Anna Maria Wagner, and the opportunity for that counter came up. There was a weak effort from Shmileva, and Wagner was able to counter that very strongly and throw her Russian opponent for Ippon. Yeah, take a look at this. And we're going to take a look at the replay as well. Here's some of the highlights from that. Yeah, the effort from Shmileva is not the strongest. And Wagner is able to counter this. He's just stretching a little bit too far. Anna Maria Wagner able to turn the tables. Throw Shmileva for Ippon. Right, okay, we've got the final of the under 78 kilo category coming up now. Umeki Mami, the current world champion from Japan, faces Natalie Powell of Great Britain. It'll be Umeki in the white judogi, Powell in blue. Powell is ranked up there in the top 10. Umeki just outside at 14. However, Powell has never beaten Umeki. She's had a couple of goes at that. Without success, I'm afraid. Well, if you're going to turn the tables and turn things around, what a time to do it in the final of a Grand Slam. Chance here for Natalie Powell to come up with something. Umeki in the white judogi, Powell in blue. Vasily Smolin Jr. is the referee in the middle for this one. Just don't want to stay on that side for too long. Powell just had the left arm over on one side for a little bit too long. a stronger grip from Umeki. She has the left arm up and around the collar. Powell just pushing ahead forward and slightly bent forward, trying to slow things down a bit and make it difficult for Umeki to operate. Got to try and break that grip. Powell was penalised after that exchange. So Judo on the board against Powell. It's Umeki this time who picks up the penalty for an overly defensive grip. It's not that she can't take that grip, it's that she's got to use it. So she's taken the grip, but just using it for blocking. Yeah, Powell's thinking about the Kouchi or Osota Gake perhaps, turning her opponent over. Neither of the fighters really brave enough to go for it here. Uchigari, left-sided from Umeki. It just has Powell hopping backwards to avoid getting caught. Minute 20 odd left to go. Still just a battle of grips here, and it's Powell this time who has the left arm going around the collar. Mickey counters that with the same. And both fighters pick up penalties for passivity. Not the most attractive of contests, I'm afraid, from either Umeki or Powell. Osota Gake attempted there by Umeki, but she quickly bailed out of that. Powell thought about the Ouchigari on the left side, but really didn't come up with a big enough threat. Just fallen into that Osakami and then having to tap out as well. I think the tap out may have been from an Urigarami, a figure 4 arm lock that Umeki put on there, slightly obscured from the camera angle overhead. Didn't really get the best view of it, but I think that was the reason for tapping out. We'll catch it in the replay. In any case, the long and the short of it is Umeki Mami of Japan has overcome Natalie Powell of Great Britain in the under 78 kilo category final. It's the current world champion who takes the Grand Slam gold medal in the under 78 kilo category here in Ekaterinburg. Yeah, it was an untidy takedown in the end. Come up with a score. Powell now is in the position of having to try to defend. But Umeki Mami manages to trap her arm, pull the right arm up nice and tight. Almost went in for, and it's, yes it is, yeah. The arm lock is what makes Natalie Powell have to tap out. We've got the awarding ceremony in the under 90 kilo category. Magomedov and Noel van der End pick up bronze medals. It's Todd Christian who comes up with a silver. And it's Nagasawa Kenta of Japan who comes up with the gold. Here's a look at Nagasawa. Sergei Kolesnikov is presenting the mascots. He's the president of the Sverdlovsk region, former Olympian for Russia. Now the national anthem of Japan.
Thank you very much.
Magomedov and Noel van te End were the bronze medalists. Todd Christian was the silver medalist, and Nagasawa Kenta took the gold medal. We come now to the first of the bronze medal contests in the under 100 kilo category. Alexander Idier of France faces Varlam Lipatiliani of Georgia. It's Idier in the white judogi, Lipatiliani in blue. Frank Wolf is the referee in the middle for this one. Lipatiliani is in the throes of having moved up from under 90 kilos, Olympic silver medalist at 90 kilos. Now settling in to his new weight category. See how he gets on here. Uchimata, right-sided. That was the shape from Lipatiliani. Didn't go through with the attack, however. Idir felt that Setemi was at effort and managed to block it. The French are always able to produce technically very adept fighters, and Eder is one of those. Lipitiliani's not going to have it all his own way here. Have to work hard to break Eder down. He's got good throwing skills, has Lipitiliani. Hasn't been able to get through the defense of Eder as yet. Lipitiliani was interested in engaging Eder in Nearmaza. I'm not sure whether Eder was that interested himself. But it's the Georgian with the single penalty on the board at the moment. Uchimata from Lipitiliani. That time he did give it a good effort. Eder was able to hop off that and avoid getting caught. Now they've taken that penalty away, so we're all squared there. There's no advantage either way. Lipitiliani, however, just put in that nice Uchimata effort. There's another. He couldn't follow it up. He does try over on that right side. A little over a minute left to go. Slightly bends over and looking rather defensive now, Eder. He's had to fend off a couple of Uchimata attacks from Lipitiliani, and it was almost Eder coming up with that combination. Rote Senagi and then the Kojigari to follow up as Lipitiliani stepped over and around the attack. Half a minute left to go. Good strong effort there from the Frenchman. Oh, Eder attacking right at the death there as the gong went. There being no score in the normal period, we're going to have a period of extra time. First to score, first fighter to score will win it. The other thing is the first person to pick up a penalty will lose. So tricky time here. Can't afford to commit an error. It's possible that Eder, under the pressure of that grip, may just have taken a dive and is going to be accused of a false attack. That's what I think is going to happen there. Irakli Sirakidze looking on. No? Eder, in attempting to avoid that grip, is given a false attack penalty and loses out on the back of that single penalty. Valam Lipitiliani of Georgia takes that particular bronze medal. So not an entirely bad day at the office for Lipitiliani. Just a single loss earlier on. Yeah, Lipitiliani lost out in his semi-final to the Russian Niaz Ilyasov, and we're going to see Niaz Ilyasov in the upcoming contest, because here comes the final now, and it's Sergenix Miklos of Hungary who faces Niaz Ilyasov of Russia. It's Sergenix in the white judo gi, Ilyasov in blue. Vladimir Nutsubidze is going to take control of this one.
And for Russia, 2015 World Junior Champion, Niaz Ilyasov.
Yeah, real hopes for the home crowd of a second gold medal today. Hassan Khan Musayev having taken gold in the under 81 kilo category. They're looking to see whether Niaz Ilyasov can follow that up here in the under 100 kilo category. A little stab there at Tsurikomiyashi from Sergenix, but just the throwing out of the leg. No real threat from the Hungarian. Just changes the grip a little bit, does Sergenix. And a big Ouchigari. Ilyasov felt that. Ilyasov felt that coming. And he also changed his grip, reacting to the threat from Sergenix. Sergenix just trying to draw Ilyasov in ever closer. Fancies his chances of working something from close in, and as Ilyasov attacks, it's Sergenix who almost comes up with a counter. He does actually, and Wazari goes on the board. It was a very well executed counter. Uchimata was the effort from Ilyasov, and there is the counter. He took that over really well. Can be pretty dangerous at times. You can end up getting thrown as you try to ride the effort. So the crowd trying to get behind Ilyasov as they move into the second half of the contest. Sergenix with Wazari Sumigeishi. That's the little effort there from Sergenix, but Ilyasov able to step over that, avoid getting caught. Strong grip here from Ilyasov, but Siryanix cleverly with that little bail out of an effort. However, it doesn't con Nutsibidze, who dishes out a penalty for a false attack. Ilyasov was unhappy with that not being called mate earlier. He felt that the Shimiwaza was against his chin, across the chin, and he wanted a mate called early. That may have unsettled him a little bit. Comes across on the right side now, the big Rusodagari. And now a stronger threat from Ilyasov as he steps things up. Siryanix was guilty there of defending on one side. He got away with it, however. He wasn't called. Siryanix looking very defensive now. Ilyasov on the right side doesn't quite come up with the finish and almost ends up in the Osaikomi. In fact, he does. Yeah, and he's got that arm trapped in an extremely awkward position. He's not going to be able to get out of that one, I'm afraid. Just the arm stretched all the way out. And he does turn onto his front, but with only a few seconds. But he has to turn out because he turns into the arm lock, and he has to tap out there. Siryanix Miklos of Hungary ends up spoiling the hopes for another gold medal for the Russians by taking this one. Big round of applause for Niyaz Ilyasov of Russia as he comes off second best in that gold medal contest. Siryanix Miklos of Hungary taking it.
Gold medalist for Hungary, Judo. This is his first gold medal for Judo in one slam, and also first gold medal for Team Hungary here in Ekaterinburg slam. You can see the highlights of this fight on the screen.
Right, we've got the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 78 kilo category coming up now. There's the arm lock being applied by Siryanix and the tap out from Ilyasov. Right, the bronze medals in the under 78 kilo category are being awarded by Mohamed Marija, the education coaching director of the IJF. He has already awarded the bronze medals to Anna Maria Wagner of Germany and to Jo Abigail of Hungary. Silver medal went to Natalie Powell of Great Britain, but the gold medal went to Umeki Mami of Japan.
And the mascots are presented by President of the Top Judo Federation, Mr. Ivan Motinga. Dear spectators, the national anthem of Japan.
Звучит гимн Японии.
Thank you very much. Family picture with VIP and judoka.
Фото на память победителей VIP гостей.
Dear friends, next contests are bronze medal contests for women over 78 kilograms.
Мы начинаем встречу за бронзовые медали.
We come now to the first of the bronze medal contests in the plus 78 kilo category. Maria Suellen Altmann of Brazil versus Caroline Weiss of Germany. And it's Vasily Smolin of Russia, the referee in the middle for this one.
And now please welcome the athletes. Tatame 2. In white for Brazil, Maria Altmann. In blue for Germany, Caroline Weiss. Tatame 3. In white for Belarus, Marina Sutskaya. And in blue for Bosnia and Herzegovina,
Disappointment for Caroline Weiss early on, losing out to her teammate Yasmin Kulbs. We'll see Yasmin Kulbs in the final. Got nice throwing skills, Caroline Weiss. To see whether she can avoid getting caught by the stronger and more powerfully built Maria Suellen Altmann. You really want to keep a fighter like Altmann moving as much as possible. You don't want them standing still and then setting up for their own big throwing techniques. Just try and keep Altmann on the move. Thought about a little tsurikomiyashi Caroline Weiss. There's not enough movement. She got caught with that same technique earlier on, and there she has another little stab at it. Comes across on the left side now. But couldn't finish off. Just got her head pulled down here. Not the best position for Caroline Weiss to be in. Over a minute and a half to go. No score yet. It's just about been enough attacking from both fighters to avoid picking up a penalty, but nothing yet to write home about. Well, it was Caroline Weiss who picked up the penalty. So a slight advantage, if you like, with Alpherman, although as long as Weiss doesn't give up a score, she's really still in it. Contest won't end in normal time unless there is a score. And well, Alpherman's just sitting on that one side. He was lucky to avoid being given a penalty there. So both hands over on one side. Hadn't attacked. Half a minute left to go. Well, Weiss, and now it's Alpherman who picks up the penalty, as does Weiss. But Weiss is the one who's got to get going here. Really needs to make something happen. Ochigari. Again, needs a change of direction. Well, no score in the normal period of time. We're going to enter the golden score period, and whomsoever picks up the first penalty will lose. Nice, trying to get close, thinking about the Uranagi, and she does, and over goes Alpherman. It's for Wazari, and it's a golden score, so she's won. Caroline Weiss comes up with the score. So compensation to some degree for the day's work. As I say, lost out to her teammate Yasmin Kulb, so despite the fact that she's won a bronze medal in a Grand Slam, she's not going to leave there entirely happy, is she? Yeah, no doubt about that. Good finish, actually, from Weiss. Yeah, well, that can happen with the heavyweights from time to time. Not always the most exciting, but Weiss has managed to come away with her medal. Marina Slutskaya of Belarus won the second of the bronze medals. There may yet be a few highlights from this one, and then we'll be back for the final. We come now to the final of the plus 78 kilo category. Asahina Sara of Japan faces Yasmin Kulbs of Germany. It's Asahina in the white judogi, Kulbs in blue. Althman and Cherik fell to Asahina. It was Weiss, Slutskaya and Yamakawa who were downed by Yasmin Kulbs on her way to the final. Vyacheslav Peretko of Uzbekistan is in charge of this one. She's a happy character, Asahina. Let's see if she can leave here with a smile on her face. Yasmin Kulbs will be doing everything that she can to make sure that it's not a happy time. Kulbs threw her teammate Caroline Weiss really nicely with Tsurikomiyashi earlier on, assuming that she's got more from where that came from. Asahina with right Uchimata has been in action today, throwing Larissa Cherik beautifully with that in the semi-final. Still a teenager, Asahina. But, started making her way in the heavyweight senior division at 15, was already competing against the seniors there. There's the Uchimata. Not quite enough movement to come up with a score. Well, the same is true in this contest for Asahina as it was in our previous contest with Weiss and Althman. A good idea to keep Kulbs moving as much as possible. You don't want her settling and then coming up with an effort. The Uchimata brings Kulbs over for Wazzari. It wasn't quite finished off as well as it could have been, but there's enough to get on the board with 2 minutes and 11 seconds left to go. Whether that will galvanize Kulbs into action or not, I can't say. But it's the Japanese Yasmin Kulbs who it's the Japanese Asahina who leads Yasmin Kulbs by Wazzari here with a little under 2 minutes left to go. Asahina showing a little bit of Ashiwaza there. Just a little foot tap as she tried to unsettle Kulbs. There's another effort, but she loses contact with the hands and ends up in a rather unattractive flop to her knees. Minute 20 odd left to go. And this time it's Yasmin Kulbs here. Sort of ungainly drop to her knees. Uchimata lost control with the hands. Half a minute left to go then. And if Asahina can come up with another score. Kulbs unfortunately has not looked as though she's going to get on the board. There's another Uchimata effort, but again the hands fall away from any contact. Kulbs picks up a second penalty, but it's a little bit late in the day to get her energized into doing anything. Clock runs out, and it's the single score of Wazari picked up with that Uchimata from Asahina Sara of Japan. That is enough to bring her the gold medal. Yasmin Kulbs, having defeated her teammate early on, falls at the next hurdle, so the Germans end up taking a bronze and a silver, but it's Asahina Sara of Japan who takes gold.
Gold medalist in white for Japan, Asahina Sara. This is gold medal number 3 for Asahina Sara in your bronze slam. And for Team Japan, this is medal gold number 6 here in your Ekaterinburg slam.
Well, we're about to see the Uchimata from Asahina. That was the highlight of the contest. And then we'll be back with the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 100 kilo category. Stay with us.
The awards this morning for men under 100 kilograms. The medals are presented by Sport Director of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Ahmed Basasov. Bronze medals are for Austria, Lauren Boiler, and for Georgia, Barbara Limarteliani. Silver medals for Russia, Jan Ilyasov.
The silver medal goes to Niaz Ilyasov of Russia, but the gold medal goes to Serienex Miklos of Hungary. Valentina Patiliani of Georgia and Lauren Böhler of Austria were the bronze medalists. And now the national anthem of Hungary.
Thank you very much. The picture with the and Judo.
Podobna competicyjnej wielkiej gesty.
Berla and Lipatiliani were the bronze medalists. Ilyasov took the silver, and it was Seryeneks who ended up as the gold medal winner. We come now to the bronze medal contest in the plus 100 kilo category. Andrei Volkov of Russia faces Vladislav Tsiapitsky of Belarus. It's Volkov in the white judogi, Tsiapitsky in blue. Veli-Matti Karinkanta of Finland is the referee in the middle for this one. Well, for the home crowd, this is the last of the chances then for a medal. A good number of the crowd have stayed in to cheer Andrei Volkov on. Why not? Evenly matched as far as height and size. And maybe Volkov's just got a couple of kilos on Tsiapitsky. Chance for the turnover here, but Tsiapitsky manages to block that. Thought about the Sode Tsurikomigoshi there, did Tsiapitsky, but he only got half of it right. That's not enough to catch Volkov. Again, it was Volkov thinking about the turnover, but not quite engineering a way to bring it off. Ends up picking up a penalty. And there's a little over a minute and a half left to go. What can we engineer from here then? Still thinking about his turnover. Well, here it comes. Eventually, just needs to free that left leg. Yeah, he's lost it now. Well, Sapitsky knows what's coming. Volkov knows what he wants to do, but he hasn't been able to get it going yet. It's another chance for the turnover. It's the right arm that's really doing the blocking for Sapitsky. Stretches that out and blocks any chance of the turnover. Well, Sapitsky should pick up a penalty here. He's got the arm over on one side, and he hasn't been able to put in an attack there. He should be penalised for that. And he does pick up a penalty. Last few seconds then, and this one looks as though we're heading for golden score. No, right at the death. Volkov catches Sapitsky, and it could be that the Belarusian had just switched off in thinking about the golden score. And if that is the case, in doing that, he ended up gifting the contest to Volkov. Well, just a lapse in thought there. Ended up disastrous for Vladislav Sapitsky. And it's Andrei Volkov of Russia who does indeed give the home crowd something to cheer about right at the end of the day by picking up another medal for them. Well, we come now to the final of the plus 100 kilo category. David Murrah of Brazil, faces Levani Matiashvili of Georgia. It's Mura in the white judogi and Matiashvili in blue. David Mura being introduced to the crowd as the current Pan American champion. Why not? Friedrich Anna Maria is the referee in the middle for this one. Well, this is it then. This is the contest that will close the day. Mura in the white judogi, Matiashvili in blue. There's a hush in the crowd. There's still quite a good audience in here to witness the last final of the day. Despite the fact that there's no Russian in the final. You've paid your money, you want to come in and see as much judo as you can. Why not stick around for the gold medal contest in the plus 100 kilo category? Matiashvili through Mura's teammate Rafael Silva beautifully with Seo Toshi earlier on. Mura, for his part, was throwing a few people around as well. Let's hope that they haven't run out of throwing techniques. Trying to claim Wazari there. Let's have a look and see the landing here. Oh, Sodagari. Got the elbow down, I think, and they're not going to give that. Not quite enough for a score for the Georgian Matiashvili as Mura came down heavily onto his side, but he had the elbow down, and that normally means you haven't brought them down properly onto their side. Not for scoring purposes in any case. Slowed down a little bit as Matiashvili gathers his breath, and Mura catches himself as well, ready to launch the next attack, the Georgian now. A little shimmy. Trying to move Mura one way and then the other. I'd like to get in with some movement. It's Mura who comes up with the Osadagari attack. It doesn't catch Matiashvili, however, but he does manage to get in and attack. They've both been penalised once. There's just this little bit more attacking in the last minute and a half. With the slightly more upright stance at the moment. He's got he had a collar grip on the left hand side. He's gone back there now, and that'll help to keep him upright as he brings the head of Matiashvili down to control him. Still got the better grip, Mura. Hasn't been able to use it, and that slapping the arm away has just caused Mura some discomfort. Mura was unhappy with the way that grip was broken off. So, golden score. Matiashvili coming forward. Mura having to control the head, and he attempts the little Sutemi waza as the Georgian presses forward. Mura was unimpressed with that Makikomi effort from Matiashvili. A little bit of movement from Mura would be useful now. Mathias really not happy. Knows he's made an error here. And the Georgian fans know it as well. And that single slip is going to be enough to give the contest to David Mura of Brazil. Not the way that you want to end, but it's Matiashvili who collects the Shido, and Mura collects the gold. Grand Slam gold medal for David Mura. We've got the highlights from that one, and then we'll be back with you with the awarding ceremony for the women in the plus 78 kilo category, and then we'll follow that with the awarding ceremony for the men in the plus 100. Marina Slutskaya of Belarus receives her bronze medal alongside Caroline Weiss of Germany. Silver medal goes to Yasmin Kulbs of Germany. The gold medal goes to Asahina Sara of Japan. It was the Uchimata from Asahina that brought her a win in the final and the gold medal. And now the national anthem of Japan.
Thank you very much.
Right, Slutskaya and Weiss were the bronze medalists. Kulbs took the silver and Asahina the gold medal. We are going to have some more highlights and then we'll be back with the awarding ceremony for the men in the plus 100 kilo category. Stay with us. You can see my highlights of today's final walk on the screen. Right then, here we are with the last of the awarding ceremonies, and it's for the men in the plus 100 kilo category. These fighters are lined up down at the far end of the competition hall, and The bronze medals go to Batulga Toimelin. And a nice group of Mongolian fans to one side. And Andrei Volkov of Russia. They all stayed in there to see their man collect his bronze medal. Silver medal goes to Levani Matiashvili of Georgia. And the gold medal goes to David Moura of Brazil. And as far as the medal table is concerned, Japan topped the medal table with 6 gold medals. Russia collected 2. Brazil collected 2 gold medals for Hungary, Germany, the Netherlands, and a first ever gold medal for Panama. Those were the gold medal winners. We've got more World Judo Tour judo for you when we'll be in Cancun in Mexico for the next leg of the IJF Judo World Tour. That's coming up next. We'll look forward to your company then. But from everyone here at the Grand Slam in Ekaterinburg, it's bye-bye for now. We'll leave you with the national anthem of Brazil. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Family picture with VIP and Judo.
Фотографировать победителей VIP гостей.
So dear friends, this was the last awarding ceremony and the end of Ekaterinburg Grand Slam 2017.